In this video, we will try and understand what is a sampling distribution. Before I go into defining what is sampling distribution, let me give you an illustration which will be more easy for you to understand. Now consider a population with numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. So our population size right now is n is equal to 4. Let's say that we're going to draw two samples from this population. So our small n, which is the size of the sample, is number 2. Now we can also define that the mean of this population, if you add all the numbers and divide it by 4, which is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is here, divided by 4, you will get 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 10. 10 over 4 will be 2.5. Mu represents the population mean. So the population mean is 2.5 here. Now let's start taking two samples and see what are the means that we can get from these samples. So let me start with taking 1 and the combination of 1. So the combination of 1 would be 1 and a 1. I'm considering with replacement, sampling procedure with replacement, which means the 1 can be again replaced and it can come the second time also. So 1 and 1 is one possibility, 1 and 2 is the second possibility, 1 and 3 is the third possibility, 1 and 4 is the fourth possibility. And here you can see that I have marked the mean of each of the samples. So 1 and 1 will give you a mean value of 1 plus 1 divided by 2, which is 1. 1 plus 2 will be 3 divided by 2 will be 3 by 2, which is 1.5. So similarly, we have the mean of each of the sample here. Let's look at all the combinations with the 2. If 2 is the first value or the first sample and 1 is the second sample, then here you have 2 as the first sample and 2 again drawn as the second sample. So you have all the combinations and their means. Similarly, for number 3, the different combinations, and for number 4, the various combinations are here. Right. So here you can see all the means are mentioned here. So these are the means of the different samples that we can take from this population if our sample size is 2. Let me map all these means on a table. So I have marked the means, like say 1 is the mean value here. If the sample is 1 and 1 and it doesn't occur anywhere else, it occurs only once. So in this entire sample set, it's just the occurrence is 1. 1.5 occurs twice. So it is 2 times 1.5. And 2 is 1, 2, 3. So it is 3 times. Similarly, 2.5 is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 4 times. Then you have 3 times, 3.5, 2 times, and 4, which is here just only once. So here you can see the entire set of statistics that we can find from the various samples that can be taken from the given population are all put together in a frequency distribution. So this kind of representation or this kind of table, a frequency distribution table consisting of all the samples that we can draw from a given population, is called sampling distribution. Okay, so if you have population size of n, sample size of small n, then the total number of possible samples that you can draw, if we call it as k, then we can define it as NCN, which is the combination formula, which is n factorial divided by small n factorial into n minus n factorial. So to conclude, sampling distribution of a statistic is the frequency distribution which is formed with various values of a statistic computed from different samples of the same size drawn from the same population. So let's say that our population size is capital N, sample size is small n, then our K, the number of samples that we can have from this population size of n with the sample size of small n is K. So which means I can say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to K samples can be drawn from this population of n. So I'm going to call this table here sample number, which is up to K. So T1, T2 and Tk are the different statistics that we can derive from each of the samples. And let's say x1 bar, x2 bar, x bar is the mean, and s squared indicates the variance. So you can have x1 bar, x2 bar up to xk bar, which are the different mean values that you can derive from each individual sample that you can take from the population of capital N. And similarly, s squared is the different variance that you can derive from these samples that you draw from the population of capital N. Thank you for watching Maths Tutorial Anand. Please like and you can comment if you have any questions, and do not forget to subscribe to get more videos like this.